Okay. Hopefully this is loud enough for you to hear me. If I can have everybody's attention, grab a seat, get comfortable, and make yourself at home here at Rockingham Dragway. I'm going to try to get you a little hyped up here prior to.
Don't let me get in your way. I'll let me kick you or something.
One chance of Dragway. Our top speed of the event thus far is 218 miles per hour. 343.51, the fastest speed in the history of drag racing.
Any questions? So we've been discussing today for I guess about a week now. Now it's all blurred, so forgive me if we're rambling on, but first of all, I just want to thank everybody for coming out. We got a long list of people I'd like to acknowledge today, but the most important thing is we're here to announce the NHRA national event here at Rockingham Dragway, September 25th to 27th of 2026. Congratulations, Al. Good job. It's my partner, Al Generally, back there. I'm Dan Van Horn. We're the two co-owners of the track. A lot of familiar, friendly faces in here. Really appreciate you guys coming out, but we just have to make sure we acknowledge some key people that enabled just this announcement, and just the whole entire track and the community is just unbelievable. So I'd like to start with some elected officials here locally and regionally. Senator Dave Craven, thank you very much. Representative Ben Moss, thank you. City Manager, Rockingham City Manager, Monty Crump. We also acknowledge Senator Tom McInnes and Pat Malumphy. Excuse my pronunciation.
Oh, terrible.
Mayor Hutchinson, thank you very much. Richmond County Tourism Development Board members here present. Megan Lambeth, the Director, thank you Megan. Lee Berry, Rick Watkins, Bennett Dean, Brian Land, Christy King, Angela Watkins, and Mr. I'm terrible at this name. Arvind Maheshwari, there you go. So before I continue with this long list, the people that I just mentioned, I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's unbelievable. We would not even be remotely close to this moment without their support. Senator Craven, you and Ben Moss and Monty and John, just unbelievable support. The concrete grandstand renovation, the reallocation of the funds, everyone kind of gave us some grief on it, but I think this very moment just kind of brings that full circle why we kind of hung out there, why you guys did. So I cannot thank you guys enough. Just please just give those folks a round of applause. And the Richmond County Tourism Development Board, Megan, especially Megan, and the entire board. There's no other tourism department in the galaxy that does what they do. And that is, I'm not exaggerating, it's unbelievable. I talk to tracks all over the country. I get messages, emails, phone calls. How did you guys do it? And we just have great people behind us that come to us and ask us what we need. We're very humble, saying, I don't want to say what we really need. What we need is almost unobtainable, but they make it real, and it is surreal to Al and I when it happens. Just can't believe it. So let me continue down this list, and then we'll discuss further about how we're going to get to next year. This suite, and in particular the roof on this tower, were enabled by the Cole Foundation, so we could not have even had this announcement in this room if it wasn't for the Cole Foundation, and an enormous expense. And Monty is the one that kind of brought it to us as a concept that you can't enable these type moves without having a place to host and to show them the facility and give it the time and respect that it deserves. So the Cole Foundation, huge on that. Gene, where's Gene at? Thank you, Gene. Unbelievable. Thank you. Dennis Quick, Jerry McGee, Al Covington, Tom Smart, Sandy Ridley, Pam Satterfield, and Nicole Fote. So a round of applause for the Cole Foundation, please. The City of Rockingham Council members and Mayor John Hutchinson, Debbie Wren, Denise Sullivan, Holly Is that right? Hal? I knew it when I said it. I was like, that's not right. Bennett Dean, Gene Willard, and Greg LeBert. Thank you guys so much. I mean, this, they deserve a round of applause as well, please. So Al and I, and every track owner, whether it's a speedway across the street or a dragway, the amount of sacrifices that you guys don't realize that goes on behind the scenes, all of the other track owners and operators know, is extremely difficult business. So we have to thank our families. I know Al has a ton of his family here that helps out. I haven't supported my family. My mother was just here. She just had to leave. She's like, I gotta go. But our family is key to our success. It's just a lot of grind 24/7, 365 days a year. But we love it. No complaints. We signed up for it. I just don't think people realize just how much of your life you give up to run a venue, an outdoor venue in particular, the upkeep and everything. So I want to make sure the family is acknowledged. Our staff, the Rockingham Dragway staff, one of our key staff members got a phone call today. They were trying to snipe him, trying to steal a member of our staff to come work with. They were like, nope. We got bigger and better things playing. So our staff, they out there 12, 14, 16-hour days when it's hot, when it's cold, windy. So the staff really makes us look good. The racers, they have our back. They've been nothing but supportive. Social media is such an amazing tool that really can get you in hot water really quick. And our racers have been nothing but positive in person, in competition, and especially on social media. I mean, just can't thank them enough. Our fans, all the promoters that we work with, the vendors. Mr. Alan Walters is probably the biggest vendor we work with. He's the one that redid this whole suite, the roof, all these projects. Vendors such as Alan, we cannot thank you guys enough. It's really important. And pricing it to a point, discounted now, right? It's just really helpful to have people in your corner. And Alan is a racer, and he's local, so it's really important to have that support. And our sponsors, you see all the signs out there. Those folks are giving their hard-earned cash to our facility to enable our success, so we cannot thank them enough. And the press, we get a ton of support from local press and regional press. Sometimes it's almost like, oh, hey, you were just here 10 minutes ago. They really have our back, and they really promote it. Thank you, Will, and everyone else. The NHRA, where's Cody? Dennis. There you go. So these are our division directors, the Southeast division directors. Cody, for, probably 3 years and like 3 days, had to hear from me about how I wanted Top Fuel back here. And he's been nothing but supportive, even though the message wasn't necessarily truthful. He goes, yeah, we'll make it happen. We got your back. This is a great idea. Well, 3 years ago, it probably wasn't a great idea. But today, it's reality. And a big part of that is Cody and Dennis and their support, listening to me and then sending it up the chain. And then when it didn't go well, having to hear me again, for 3 years. So anyway, hopefully it's not as bad, going forward. You came through. I appreciate it very much. Glenn Cromwell, the president of the NHRA, Rob Parks, Josh Peterson. In all reality, this is outside their comfort zone. This is a new venue. 1998, so 27 years ago was the last time NHRA national level racing was here. There's never been a true national event here. this is the first time the NHRA has hosted full-blown national event here at Rockingham Dragway. So in all reality, they're taking a little bit of a chance. We've had to make some considerable promises, but we are going to come through because we have the best in our corner. And I'm going to go through some of that stuff before I hand over the mic and go over there and have a snack. But the NHRA really stepped up. It's been about, I don't know, 3 months, Al, if you had to guess, of conversation since we had a realistic opportunity to host a national event. So 3 months of constant dialogue, and they're amazing. They put us at their level, which I think is the pinnacle, and is the pinnacle in our sport, and engaged with us totally professional. Everything has been just as smooth as you could expect. But they have really taken a chance to be with us, so I can't thank them enough. And then here representing the NHRA at a national level is Greg Anderson. Greg Anderson, thank you very much, Greg, for coming out. So for those of you, go ahead. So Greg Anderson is a 6-time and reigning NHRA World Pro Stock Champion and tests here all the time. Mooresville, you coming out of Mooresville, KB Titan, with the Hendricks. When you ever see the Hendrick trailer outside, you're like, man, we really are something now. We got the professionals here, and there is nobody more qualified and more professional than you. So thank you so much for coming to represent the NHRA and this announcement. It means a lot to us. Another round of applause for Greg. And Greg's going to stick around and answer some questions that are specific to the national event that we may not be up to speed on. But there is some video footage of him as a crew chief in 1997-98 doing pro stock. So in this room, I think he might be the only one that's captured in these classic videos, but we appreciate you coming out. It means a lot to us. I would like to just go through a couple things that we have to do to the facility in preparation for next year's race, and then open it up to Monty and the rest of the special guests here. So if you look out the window to the left, the concrete grandstands were absolutely dilapidated, for lack of a better term, unsafe. I even threw out the concept of telling people they weren't safe to get support. But we didn't have to do that. And thanks to Dave Craven and Ben Moss and Monty and everybody else, able to take some funds that were allocated to the Speedway and the Dragway for a pedestrian bridge and reallocate them to this concrete grandstand project that has true results. Doing that project has 100% enabled this national event next year. The pedestrian bridge would have been nice, but it wouldn't have changed either business or either model. So I'm just really grateful that is mentioned over and over again, because that really is. But everything else is obtainable. But those concrete grandstands, Al and I would have never invested, didn't have the means to. So thank you so much for that. But that's one of the things we have to finish up. We're going to relocate the fence that's on the wall to the first step of the concrete grandstands to open up the visibility and make it more appealing. We have to increase the height of the track walls beyond 1,000 feet. So 1,000 feet down, the walls have to be raised up. We have to relocate the scoreboards to the left and the right of the surface, about 25 feet. Extend the concrete track walls that are currently ending at 1,680 feet. We have to extend them all the way down to approximately 2,500 feet. We have to add new asphalt pits. So a lot of the grass area that you see outside will be asphalt next year to accommodate the pro teams and all the fans. You cannot host that type of racing and those type of teams and those type of rigs in grass. They have to be on asphalt. So that's part of the project. We have to add a new turnoff and an EMS access point down track. We have to add containment device in a sand pit and add a sand pit access road, and the list goes on and on and on. Bathrooms, roofs, paint, billboards. It's a little overwhelming, but the timeline is all spelled out. There's a couple handouts up here if you'd like to check them out that spells out what our plan is, and this is what we submitted to the NHRA and they approved. And Al says he's going to make it happen with Alan standing right next to him. He's hearing all this, Alan, so get your notes ready. I know you've already seen this. I'm not nervous, I promise. No, but I'm totally confident this is going to happen. Just wanted to explain to you a little bit about what we're going to have to do to host the night. We got selected, but there's still a lot of work to do. Beyond that, we have an economic impact report, a sample report from 2 years ago, 2023, that the NHRA provided to help us explain to everyone what kind of impact this will have on the region locally. And the cookie cutter result shows about $18 million in economic impact 2 years ago. So I gotta believe it's even more now. So we're excited about that. We know what it did across the street, and we feel like, we're gonna do just as well. So, Mr. Hyde, thank you for being here. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, of course. So take a look at that. Officially, the NHRA has placed this on their schedule. So you go look on the NHRA.com, you'll see Rockingham Dragway right here in the playoffs. Second event in the playoffs is a big deal. All the pro teams and pro categories will be here.
At 3 p.m.
At 3 p.m. Oh, not till 3 p.m. Excuse me. Thank you, Megan. That's what, we'd be lost without her. She's unbelievable. On your tables, there's a little flyer with the save the date and some of the guest names. But at this point, I definitely would like to hand the mic over to Monty. Monty, before you get up here, Mr. Humble, he makes it happen. So there's, without a doubt, unbelievable. 3 years in, I can't thank you enough, and everyone else here, I can't thank you enough. But Monty, for sure, has our backs always. So thank you guys very much.
First, before we start, Dan and Al, your family, everybody, give them a round of applause. Also thank NHRA. They made the decision giving the This has been teamwork for about 3 years. How many times have we been out to dinner? What do we do next? Where do we go? What can we do? The letters we sent to NHRA, what do we need to do to have an opportunity to be on deck, to have, and I say we, because we're all, and I know from day one, that's the way we've talked about it, we're all in, they've been all in here, the community's been all in on them, and that's why we're here today. And so clearly, I know that letters were written, what can we do, and we've got copies of them, honestly. We share with legislators over the last several years that this is a plan of what investments need to be made to get NHRA to consider bringing a race day to Rockingham Dragway. And we followed through with it. We've had help from tourism, from Cole Foundation, from legislators, to get that done, get that accomplished. And then the final letter, that we got a couple of weeks ago was icing on the cake, saying that we were getting a race day here at Rockingham Dragway, again. And we were able to, and I know NHRA, Josh Peterson, their vice president, was here numerous times, and we came out here and met with him numerous times. Ben came out here and met with us a couple of times, walked around the track. We talked about the community effort that was involved, the partnership, that if they brought a race day back to Rockingham Dragway, it would be a true partnership, not only with the Dragway, but with NHRA. And said the same thing based on state and what the support was being available there. So clearly a lot of money's gone in getting where we are today, with a lot of help, as Dan stated, but it still cannot have happened, without Dan and Al, your families, everybody being all in, clearly. So this is a culmination of that. We're still committed long term to you, and like I said, $18 million impact. When this place is full, we hope to have 20,000 people here for a race day. A heck of a thing to look forward to next September 25th, 26th, and 27th in Richmond County. Truly. Tourism, we didn't mention Kim, she's a part of tourism. She helps keep the beat going too, along with Megan. And this track wouldn't have the profile that it has today without Megan. Give her a big round. Yep. You can't go on the internet and not see a video from a race every weekend. Every time they're out here, there is a drone in the air, there's a story, and that's definitely raised the profile of this track to Rockingham Dragway. I know that's created, as you mentioned, buzz around Dragway community. How do you do it? Because they're certainly not getting that level of support. You know, as a man, you know, I have a lot of ties, but don't wear ties much anymore. But they've always said that if you keep a tie, it'll eventually come back in style. Well, look in the back right there at that mirror. That was the original mirror in this suite when NHRA was here before. The intentionally saved it to put it back in here for this day. So note that tie came back into fashion. And it's right back there on the wall. And so we do appreciate it. And thank everyone. At this time, I want to recognize John Hutchinson, Mayor of the City of Rockingham, for a couple of brief remarks and a presentation. John.
Thank you very much, Monty. And you know, it doesn't matter which direction you come into Richmond County. When you see the welcome sign, you're going to see proud home of the Rockingham Dragway. And that's exactly the way we feel here. And I went back to look at some of the first news about Dan and Al and this dragway, and I found some interesting things in that newspaper. They said, quote, "We don't want to take anything away, we want to add to." They said we want to have a track of the highest standards. They said we want to have a fast track and a well-prepped track. And I think you all have achieved, you both have achieved, with the support of others, exactly what you set out to do. And it's been amazing to watch you all do this. I've had the pleasure of seeing a lot of it firsthand, either driving by or coming out so my wife can drive the track. She's a little bit of a gearhead and loves a fast car. Or to just stop and speak a little bit and hear what's going on. And I think witnessing it firsthand has been fascinating for me. But I also want to thank these two for being such good community partners. When they came in, they immediately partnered with Rockingham, with Richmond County. They've been promoters. They've been a powerful presence in our community. And we thank you for that. And with that in mind, it's my distinct pleasure today to award the both of you, if you come on up here as well, Al, a key to the city of Rockingham. This is a token of our appreciation to the both of you all, an invitation to call on us anytime we can be of service to you. So thank you.
Well, I'm going to say the same thing I said to Monty and numerous other people. Just be careful what you wish for, because every now and then we do call. Yeah, thank you very much.
I would just kick it up to the legislature.
Thank you, that's cool. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Representative Moss.
Well, everybody's thanked everybody I was going to thank, so I don't know where to start now, but I do want to make an opening statement here that I don't think locally we could have picked any two better individuals to purchase this track. These guys are great guys. They're my kind of guys, down to earth, to me, blue collar type guys. And in all honesty, I don't think they ever asked me or the senator for anything personally. We sort of called and asked them if they could use some help. We seen the potential over here on this side, and we knew that these guys were hard workers and they would put skin in the game, and they have. There's been times I've come out here and I've seen one in particular was, sweating a lot, and another one was preparing some words to share. So they both make a great team, I mean, just one likes Mopars. That's about the only thing I can find wrong with it. He mentioned 97 and 98 because I was sitting there looking out and I'm going, I was here the last time there was a big race. I'm sure I was working somewhere. It was a concession stand or parking cars or something because I was about 17, 18 at the time. And it brought back a bunch of good memories. And that's what I'm seeing now when we come out here. You can see the time that's been invested. Surely the money, we were able to help. Senator Craven's been great to work with. City of Rockingham, tourism, everybody involved. I mean, it's just been a good feeling. One of those projects that you were happy to be part of, you knew that it was good money going towards a good investment. And I honestly think for the district that I represent, which is Richmond and more, it's going to pay great dividends. When we have an event that's on a national caliber level, especially the NHRA, thank you guys for coming back and giving us another shot. I say us because now it's a community feeling. I mean, everybody's going to get behind it. I hope everybody buys tickets. I want us to be able to fill this place up. Maybe need a few more grandstands. I know he's got some wish lists, but we might need to add some more to it. Hopefully have some more seating and come up with all kind of other great ideas that we could further improve the track. But it's just been a real good experience for me. I've enjoyed it. This has been one that I've really enjoyed because you come out here and talk to these guys just like I talk to anybody, and we just have a general conversation, and it just made it so much better when you didn't have somebody asking you for help. You were in turn asking them, hey, what can we help with? Pat Blanford, he was a big help too, and Senator McInnes, a lot of people on the state level, and Senator Craven, he was great to work with. I just called him and said, hey, Dave, what do you think? This is what they're talking about they need. I think this could be great. And we would share ideas and go at it in unison, and that's something rare now that it's hard to find when you got a House member and a Senate member wanting to work together. But it does end up having good results. But I just want to thank each and every one of y'all that's came here today. This is a very special day to a lot of people in this community, and I only see it getting better for us. And just Dan and Al, once again, in closing, I know they gave you a key. I don't have a key I can give you. I got a cell phone number. I'm short mayor, and Monty tried to find a way to charge you for that key. I appreciate you two guys. I mean, you put your money in it, you put your time and effort, and guys, I really hope it pays big dividends for y'all because y'all really deserve it.
Thank you very much.
Senator Craven.
Thank you, Dan. Folks, look, everybody's talked about Dan and Al all day today, but I got to share a little bit. When we came in the first time here, this room, dilapidated furniture, the ceiling falling in, the track not looking like it does today, and their vision has stood out amongst it all. And they have continued to chip away and bring about what we have here today. And to have the NHRA here, Greg, thank you guys so much for everything y'all are doing. This puts Richmond County on the national stage once again. We keep having great economic development announcements here over the course of the last couple of months. This is another piece of that puzzle that we're putting together in our community. And I'm just so proud to be here, and thank you for all the hard work you guys have put into this track. We are so excited to see what the dividends are going to pay here as it continues to build and we engage more and more people. As an economic driver in this region, it will bring folks here. It will put people in hotels around the area. Megan, all the hard work you and your group are doing, it will continue to reinforce that. And I'm just forever grateful at the hard work you guys have put in. And we are here to support you. We will continue to invest in this project. Representative Moss and I, our main job is to allocate taxpayer resources. And we will do that when we see the return on investment play out in the community just like we're doing here today. So Godspeed to you guys and keep up the good work. Let's make sure we have another announcement soon here. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Al, would you like to say something? No. Shocker. I'd like to have Mr. Greg Anderson come up and speak on behalf of the NHRA and his real knowledge on what you're about to see in less than a year at Rockingham. Let's get the name right. NHRA Nationals at the Rock. It is beautiful. It is a beautiful logo. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dan and Al. Congratulations, guys. You've done something that, I've known Steve Earwood forever. You guys obviously all have too. Great guy. Great promoter. Everybody in the world told me he's the greatest promoter in the world. But you guys have pulled out something he couldn't do in 30 years. So congratulations. Guys are pretty done. Support here from very important people. Very important. You know what you're doing. So I'll give you credit on that. For me, The Rock has got a special place in my heart. When I first started driving, before I even thought about driving pro stock, I came to this very room right here. This was the classroom for the Roy Hills drag racing driving experience. I came here really by accident. I worked for a man by the name of Warren Johnson, who some of you in the room remember him. Great forever racer, raced pro stock forever. I worked for him as a crew chief, and one day he got angry with myself and with his son Kurt, and he said, I'm going to teach you two smartasses a lesson. I'm going to send you to Roy Hills Drag Racing School. You're going to get in one of these pro stock cars, and then maybe you'll have a little bit more respect for what I do in this car and stop packing on my driving. So I think that was probably like 1995. right here in this room right here. This was the classroom for Roy Hills Drag Racing School. So spent a couple days in here, a couple days on the racetrack, and earned my pro stock license, and spent the next couple of years just hoping and dreaming I could get a chance to drive a pro stock car competitively. And while working for Warren Johnson, I think it was 1997, I believe, they had the Winston Invitational here, back when RJ Reynolds sponsored NHRA, and they had their Winston Invitational, their all-star race here. And Warren gave me my first opportunity to go out in front of everybody and try and drive a pro stock car. And we are not going to talk about that today, because it was really not pretty, but it's where it all started for me. So this place has got a lot of great memories for me. Here we are a whole bunch of years later, and I've been very fortunate to compete in this class for 20-some years and rack up a lot of wins and championships. But what the rest of the pro stock world doesn't understand, they don't know yet. We got a race at Rockingham, that's great. They don't know that I test here all the time. Advantage GA. So, that's pretty damn cool. When I heard this announcement, I thought, you gotta be kidding me. That is too cool, and what a well-kept secret. Either NHRA or you guys, all the times we come over your test, you never let on that anything was happening. So, great surprise for me, and it just can't get any better. You know, obviously I live in the Charlotte area. We've got a great facility there with the drag strip there at Z-Max, but when they told me they were dropping that race, it was kind of a bummer. And then when you announce this, it's like, it'll get any better than that. That's as good as it could possibly be for me. So this is, you know, my home away from home. Spent a lot of time here. I'm here probably every other week, testing, burning rubber, and learning what I can learn with all my race cars, not just my own personal one, but with all the cars that I race with on my team, Dallas Glenn, my nemesis, my probably future champion in the class. We spent a lot of time out here and learned a lot. So great service, fantastic place to race, and a lot of people that raced in this class weren't around back in that day, back in the Winston R.J. Reynolds area, where you had especially races over here, and it just had a lot of history, and they're going to learn it when they come here. So pretty doggone cool, guys. Y'all got to be proud of what you pulled off, because, as I said, it's as close to a miracle what you did, and I'm just damn happy to be part of it.
So with that, I guess the floor is yours if anybody has any questions. We have some trinkets, giveaways, souvenirs, the official press releases up here if you want to take a look at it. But really, we just appreciate you guys coming out for this great day for Rockingham Dragway, the whole community, the county, the state, keeping that race in North Carolina, like that means something. And thank you for mentioning that. It's really just a lot of just circumstance, and it's a great day. Thank you very much. So any questions, now's the time to ask them. We have a Zoom. I don't even know what time it is, but I know there's a Zoom. Oh, we got plenty of time. So there's a Zoom for the people that couldn't make it today that for questions and things of that nature. But please, anybody have anything? That's exactly what I like to see. Everybody knows exactly what's going on. I don't think we left anything out. Please help yourself to any snacks, drinks, and hang out as long as you want, and then we'll open up the floor at 3 o'clock. Yeah, take a save the date magnet, and if you really want to know what's going on, just talk to Megan. She knows exactly what's going on. And really, just can't thank you guys enough. Thank you for coming out, everybody. We have a badge on. You're all with.